With early voting underway, 3 former Austin mayors have thrown their weight behind Proposition A. This aims to boost staffing for Austin police, but some believe it is the wrong direction to take. Just last week, a Billionaire activist gave a large donation to the opposition. KXAN's politics reporter Daniel Marin looked at campaign finance records to see how much money is being raised to get your vote.
This one comes to us from KUT.org. And I thought I'd give you this one because everybody loves this guy. Everybody's talking about this guy. And I thought I would give you a story on what he's done and how people have responded to it. The campaign to oppose Proposition A, which is a ballot measure concerning staffing levels at the Austin Police Department that will go before voters in November, got a big financial bump up from a national donor last week, or donors actually.
In a conference room at this downtown Austin hotel,
we're a big city now, and we've got to think big.
3 former Austin mayors, Lee Cook, Lee Leffingwell, and Ron Mullen, reunited to help push Proposition A to the finish line. Prop A could add hundreds of new Austin police officers by requiring a ratio of 2 officers per 1,000 residents. But opponents fear the price tag could mean cuts to other city services, including the fire department and family violence and substance abuse programs.
Billionaire and left-wing activist George Soros gave $500,000 to Equity PAC, a political action committee lobbying against Proposition A. The group also received $200,000 from the Fairness Project, a Washington, D.C. based organization founded in 2016 that backs progressive ballot measures. If passed, Prop A would require Austin Police Department to hire and maintain at least 2 police officers per 1,000 residents. Currently, the department employs roughly 1.7 officers per 1,000 residents. According to estimates from the city's budget office, a ratio like this would require Austin to hire anywhere from 403 all the way up to 885 new police officers over the next 5 years, at a cost of up to $598.8 million, depending on the number of the officers they hire. Now, George Soros donated funds through Open Society Policy Center, according to a campaign filing submitted to the Austin City Clerk's office this last Wednesday. The center is an arm of Open Society Foundations, which George Soros founded, according to the organization's website. Now, Laura Hernandez, a campaign manager for the No Way on Prop A campaign, which is funded by Equity PAC, said, "I'm excited. We're thankful for their support. Their support is part of 100 organizations against Prop A." Prop A got on the ballot following a petition drive by Save Austin Now, which is a political action committee behind another ballot measure to reinstate a city ban on camping, resting, and panhandling in public, which voters approved in May. What is resting in public? What does that mean? You can't sit on the sidewalk, or I don't know. That's what it says. There was a city ban on camping, panhandling, and resting in public. Resting. What does that mean? Resting in public? Like, hey, what are you doing? I'm just taking a break. I was taking a walk. Well, you need to move along. You're resting. I don't know, man.
There's nothing wrong with having too many police officers, but there's a lot wrong with having too few.
Their news conference, put together by the political action committee Save Austin Now, came just over a week after Democratic billionaire George Soros donated $500,000 to the opposition, Equity PAC, the group behind No Way on Prop A. His money, along with another $200,000 contribution by the Fairness Project, added to the roughly $120,000 reported in a recent campaign filing, means Equity PAC has about $820,000 headed into November. Save Austin Now reported just under $732,000 in contributions in its filing. When reached for comment on Prop A, Equity PAC told us, quote, "This unfunded mandate forces Austin to spend hundreds of millions of dollars more on the police department each year, forcing the city to lay off firefighters, medics, and 911 call takers, and cut services like parks, pools, and libraries. That's not how to protect public safety."
So apparently this last May, that ban was approved. No resting in public. You go sit in your car or I don't know, go to a coffee shop or something. I'd have still, that wouldn't be in public, that would be private, right? A coffee shop. Now, Cleo Petracek, co-founder of Save Austin Now, told KUT.org, I don't want out-of-town money influencing a local election. We're talking about people who live here, live and breathe here, who are concerned about their safety. They should be deciding this election, not someone who lives in New York. He's talking about George Soros, of course. Austin reported its highest number of murders this year, which the group attributes to a staffing shortage of the police department. Austin Police Department has struggled to fill vacant positions since at least 2014, often employing 100 or more fewer full-time sworn positions than the city budgeted for. Now, the public will get an additional peek into what organizations lobbying for and against Prop A are receiving and spending on Monday evening. That was last night. Actually, I'm doing this editorial on Tuesday, when campaign filings due 30 days before the election must be turned into the city.
City Council member Mackenzie Kelly also voiced in support of Prop A at today's news conference. Equity PAC says its campaign has endorsements from the majority of members of every Austin City Council since 2009. As Daniel mentioned, the petition would require a minimum of 2 officers per 1,000 residents. According to the latest FBI data from last year, Austin has 1.7 officers per 1,000 people. So how does this compare to some other big cities in our state? San Antonio and El Paso also have fewer than 2 officers per 1,000 residents, but Dallas and Houston have more than 2 officers per 1,000 people.
You know, George Soros and them give money. He gives $500,000, and the guy goes, one person says, thank you for your support. We love your support. We appreciate it, George. While this Cleo Petracek goes, we don't want your money. Okay? Keep your money in New York. Donate it to Prop A for the NYPD or something. Prop A for Austin, Texas. We don't want your money. We want your bookies no money. No, I'm not. Sorry, I got into a Matthew McConaughey line. No, we don't want your money, they say. So, do you agree with Laura Hernandez from No Way on Prop A, which says, look, we're thankful for the support. We're excited about this money. Or do you agree with Cleo Petracek from Save Austin Now, who says, I don't want his money influencing this local election. I want money from people who live here and breathe here. That guy can keep his money in New York. Bum, bum, a bum, 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 a bum, bum. Ha! George is spreading the news, but he gives Austin the blues. Anyway, thank you guys. Okay, who do you agree with? Laura Hernandez, thank you for the money, or Cleo Petracek, keep your money. We don't want it.
As we've reported, if Prop A does pass, according to the city's chief financial officer, it could cost anywhere between $271 million and $599 million over the next 5 years. Election Day is about a month away, coming up on November 2nd. Reporting in downtown Austin, Daniel Marin, KXAN News.